Mark, what are you doing? $500,000 fundraising dollars somehow mysteriously was, I won't say lost, but basically the campaign was not able to gain because you made some sort of mistake. We're trying to figure out what you're doing, Mark. Mark, you're staying in the news too much, baby. You need to advertising mistakes. So y'all know what? My mom is my new producer now because Nicole Estelle has been doing her thing and she's all over the world right now. So Nicole Estelle have not been available to me. But we're going to go ahead and say this. Mark Zuckerberg, you are our fools in the news for today. We want you to get it together. We got 4 days, Mark. Quit playing. Get the advertising together because we putting our little coins over there and we want you to do right. So get it done. Our other fools in the news, y'all. Fools in the news, child. What's wrong with Lil Wayne? John, call Wayne. I know you got his number. What is wrong with Wayne? He came out supporting the president. Now, and I didn't even call apricot, orange, or peach, or whatever y'all want to call him. I never called him the president, but we're going to give him his title today because he's about to lose his job. Okay. All right. So let me just say this. I don't understand it. I don't know. What were you doing? Where were you 3 years ago, 4 years ago, Wayne? Like, why all of a sudden you supporting the people now? Well, we need. Y'all know who down here making noise? Kiko. She's just doing the most. Kiko, mommy called me Kiko. Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out what is the issue? Why now? Why are you coming out of the blue? Like, this is not the time. See, everybody always say we had Kanye, we had Ice Cube, we had. Ma, I'm in the middle of a show. Yes, she is calling Kiko. In the middle of the show. I'm like, what is this going on? Okay, we had Ice Cube, we had Lil Wayne, we have Kanye, and child, at one time we had 50. I'm just trying to figure out why now. Now, y'all do know Trump. He likes the rappers. He likes those who are rich and wealthy and famous. He likes all those people, but he uses them as pawns. He don't like you. He uses you. So why would you come out and 4 days, 5 days, or whenever you went before the election to go down there and do a picture op with the man? Conversations that you should have had about the Black Initiative should have happened on day one, 3.5 years ago. You should have did that 3 years ago, 4 years ago, so that we could discuss what we wanted. And here's the thing, I'm not really sure, and I'm not one to say that Wayne don't know what Black folks want. He Black, he knows some of the things that we want. Hey, cousin, I'm just going to say this. We didn't send him to speak on our behalf. Who sent Wayne? First of all, who sent Ice Cube? Who sent Kanye? We didn't send them people to speak on our behalf. What we wanted to do, absolutely we have a Black initiative, but what we need to do, y'all, Black folks, me, you, and everybody else, what we need to do is actually have a meeting we need to have a house meeting. Y'all remember when Mama used to say, don't go down, don't leave this house and tell her our business. You remember that? Remember you didn't discuss house business outside of the house? You don't do that. But what you do is you discuss the issues that's in the house, right? And then whatever you want the community or the people to know that's outside of your home, guess what you do? Then you tell the tea. But you don't just be telling the juice or giving everybody your business before we know what we really want. Black folks hadn't had a meeting. We need to have a whole Zoom meeting on the low. I don't know how that's going to happen. All the Black folks from coast to coast, top to bottom, all of us need to come together on a good day. I don't know, maybe it's Juneteenth again. I don't know. But we need to come up with a day to all get down to the Zoom and figure out what we want before we sit in front of these white folks and say, this is what we want. You know why? Because we're not sure and we're not clear. So I have not had the opportunity. Today, I actually got the contract from, I didn't get it from Q, but I got it. The contract that Q wrote. And someone actually said to me, shout out to my friend Andre Nero, who's running for president 2024. Anyway, I will tell you, he said in that contract, there was some really, really good things. So I was like, oh, okay. So he said he was impressed. Now, he said he wasn't so impressed with Biden. But here's the thing. Biden does have an initiative. Many of you guys keep saying Biden does not have a Black initiative, but he does. So at least he has one. Now, what does Trump have? Trump has one. And the only thing that Andre Nero was able to tell me about Trump's Black initiative was it's in color. I don't know what that means. He was just like, it's in color. Child, I don't know. Anyway, they said that 50 was going to get paid $500,000 to endorse Trump. Now 50 said himself that he was in bankruptcy. I don't think 50 is in financial strife like we are. Like he not broke like I'm not broke, but you know what I'm saying? We don't have 50 money. So I don't think that's the issue. I think that I just really think that 50 don't have big money. You know what I'm saying? Like he used to. I don't know the man's pocket, but anyway, $500,000 did not move him. So it is what it is. But here's what I will tell you guys. We need to get together. We need to have a conversation. We need to have a conversation like around the table, like that red table that Jada, when she told her husband she was an entanglement. We need to be around one of those tables, the kitchen tables, big mama table. You know, when you having conversations about, such and such did such and such and who, what? When you're talking house business, dark family business, we need to have one of those meetings. All of us, whole family, all black folks. If your great grandmama came over here, 500 years ago, if your folks came over here on the boat, or even if you came, because everybody weren't slaves that came. Some immigrants came by way of whatever. We'll get into that another day because, they told us that we weren't here, but we know that not to be true. Anyway, I want to tell you this. We all need to actually have a conversation. So, John Gray, you're on the line. You have a large following. You have the abilities and capabilities to bring people together. Let's talk about that. Let's have a town hall where we can bring all the black folks that, on a meeting. And let's figure out how we can have this discussion. Now, you guys, there was a lawsuit filed against 50 Cent. It is always a lawsuit filed against somebody. But Cube should have brought a contract on the Democratic win run. That part. All right, now you want to wait and you want to sit with him. We're ready for him to go. We don't even want him in the White House no more. Get out. Because Melania, child. Have y'all seen that lady? I have never seen a woman who despises her husband more. She don't want to touch him. She don't want to talk to him. She don't like him. She don't want to be there. She barely campaigning. Barely. And she just got there. All right. So let's talk about some of the things that we need to discuss. There's 5 things. And I know I'm kind of biased because I do like CNN. Many of you guys might say CNN is not the truth, but honey, I'm not watching Fox. Okay. So 5 things that we need to know. October 30th. First of all, I don't really celebrate Halloween, but happy day, goons and goblins. I know you out there, but you, whatever. Stay away from me. We must be clear. Coronavirus is real. Some people say it's a conspiracy. Hey, I'm gonna say this to you. Even if it is a conspiracy, even if it's not real, I don't want no parts of it. Yesterday, I went to, where did I go? Where did we go, mommy? Waffle House. Went to Waffle House. Young lady told me, and you know what? My mom should be my off-camera character because she always got something to say about something. So here's the thing. We were in Waffle House yesterday, and the young lady told me, she was talking, and she had her mask half off. And I was like, hold on, sis. Put your mask on when you talk to me because you talk to way too many people. 24-hour Waffle House? Girl. So I said, put your mask on. And she said, well, we black people, we got better immune systems. Do we, girl? We got better immune systems. Is that what the people told you? I wonder why, if we have better immune systems, how are we in the hospital? I said, well, let me tell you something. We may have better immune systems, but girl, half of us don't have no insurance. So put on your mask. Yeah, that Obama insurance that many people say that Obama didn't do anything for black folks. Oh, okay, Obamacare, the same insurance that Trump is trying to dismantle as we speak. Okay, and I'll tell you another thing, which I find very interesting. A lot of folks don't like to call it Obamacare. They like to call it Affordable Act or Affordable Care. It's still Obamacare, child. And Obamacare allowed you to stay on your mother or your father's, your parents' insurance up until 25 years old. When has that ever been a thing? Okay, let me tell you why this is. Let me tell you why, and I'm gonna get on Herman Cain in a second. I got things to do. It's Friday. 26 years old. I'm sorry. You can stay on your parents' insurance until you're 26. Let me explain something. Thank you for is that Garrett? I can't see your first name, but let me say this real quick. That's exactly what I was going to address before I go on to this next thing. First of all, black folks got the sugars and the salts. Hypertension, diabetes, the whole sugars and the salts. Gout. What are you talking about? Well, our bodies are not all of us, but many of our bodies are not in tip-top shape. So we can't be Talking about we got better immune systems and we eat pork and ham hocks and gravies. And when the last time you had a vegan diet or a vegetarian diet or a pescatarian diet? Never. So don't tell me that we have a better immune system. Okay, we may be built for it tough, but baby, we do have the sugars and the salt. So relax. So put on your mask, take your medicines, run around a couple blocks, do what you got to do, get your body moving. Come on. Okay, drink some water, juice, do something. All right. Let me tell y'all these couple facts because, again, I can tell y'all it's Friday and I'm single. So, U.S. Coronavirus cases hit a daily record high today. 88,521 new diagnoses with 971 deaths. Okay, so this is my issue. And this is what I'm trying to explain to you guys. And this is why I'm so frustrated with Trump. Trump knew, hey, Janine, Trump knew about the virus in January and did not tell us. He did not tell us because he didn't want us to panic. And that is, I have an issue with that because he should have told us that the virus is here. We need to put on a mask. We need to hunker down. We need to do this. We need to do that. Protect yourselves 6 feet away. Wash our hands. I mean, I don't know why we got to tell grown people to wash their hands, but we do. I think we should have known everything that he knew. Because, you know, let's be clear. For the 100 things that he don't tell us, trust there's 1,000 things that we really don't know. Because they don't give us everything. You know, it's a book in the White House, in the room, in the Oval Office that we don't know. So if you're not telling us, y'all, can you imagine how many things we don't know? Okay. So the man knew and didn't tell us. So now we got all these people there, almost 300,000 people now dead who did not have to die. Some people were in tip-top shape. Some people were maybe even ill. Maybe they would have died. Who knows? But they didn't have to die because you didn't tell us that the Rona was here. He should have shut down the borders. He could have saved the economy. This had a rolling domino effect. Businesses are affected. More than 100,000 small businesses have closed. Churches, you can't go praise and worship. They're closed. There's so many things happening. So many things we have been affected. And it's not just, if y'all know anything about me, that is my worst pet peeve, hair in my mouth. Oh, I hate it. And I hate my ears touch. You're learning things about me. Anyway, so 100,000 businesses have closed due to not being able to sustain themselves under the pandemic. And on top of all those things, where's the help? Where is the help? You gave us a funky $1,200 for 3 to 4 months. If you got 3 kids, they eat that in a month. What you gonna do with $1,200? Friends, family, Dancie darlings, how are we sustaining ourselves on $1,200? Okay, well, some countries, many countries, Canada, Korea, there was a lot of countries that actually gave their citizens a stipend every month until they make it through. If you lost your job, baby, here. We live in the most wealthiest country on the planet. Please tell me why we can't get a coin. Where's our reparations, Black folk? That should be on our list. Reparations. They wanted to give us 40 acres and a mule. Let me be clear. Hear me closely. If you'll never hear nothing I say, there's a couple things I'm about to tell you, and I want you to remember. Take note. Kiana don't want no damn mule. I don't want a mule, but I do want a thoroughbred. Give me a horse, honey, with a strong back, a big old butt, and a long tail. Give me that so I can breed them. Okay? So I can breed them and make some money. Don't give me no mule. Keep your mule, but give me my 40 acres that I am due. And then know that America, the United States of America, have enough money to give everyone in this country, every citizen at least, $1 million, and we can still be okay. Did you hear me? Still. Hey, Shay. We still could be okay, but that would never happen. Anyway, so like I said, coronavirus is still a real thing. Some of the European countries are facing a new shutdown. They're having to figure it out. All right. Let me say this real quickly because I'll address that in a second. And then, okay, the election. President Trump and Democratic challenger Joe Biden are crossing paths in the final days of the presidential election. They both campaigned in Florida yesterday. Okay, with Biden holding a drive-in event in the reliable Democratic enclave of Broward County. Yes, Broward is real black. We appreciate that. But we need to spread that love. Y'all need to call some friends, take some friends. If you in Broward County, that's cute. You know that's gonna be Democrat. But we need you to go to the other counties, call your friends that's outside of your county, take someone. Well, you can't take them outside of your county to vote. I'm not really sure how it all works in Broward County, but call someone to hold them accountable to vote. Okay, so here we are. Meanwhile, okay. I lost my train. Okay. The paths will overlap again today as they both campaign in Wisconsin and Minnesota. Now, we already know those were some hot spots. They had some issues up there. So we really need to really focus on, if you know anybody in those areas, pick up the phone. Now, I did see John Gray said they rocking the vote in Minnesota. Now, I don't know what's going on up there. I guess you got to bring me in the loop outside of what you're doing up there. That's the question. But those are important states for Biden to cover since Hillary Clinton was criticized for neglecting blue-collar voters in the same region for the final days of her 2016 election, her campaign, I'm sorry. Meanwhile, a federal appeals court has ruled that the mail-in ballots in Minnesota must be received by election officials no later than election day. So all ballots need to be in by the 3rd, period. Police violence protests. Now, here's the thing, y'all. It's a lot going on. Philly is a battleground. You already know Pennsylvania, honey. If you don't know this, Pennsylvania is a battleground for both parties. We need to win. So if y'all know anybody in Philly, friends, call them. Pick up the phone, call your people, say, hey, take a friend, bring a friend. Y'all go vote. Get it in early because it's going to be real nasty. Those states we have to win. We need 270 electoral college votes, period. And guess who is? I didn't even know Hillary Clinton was part of the electoral college. Girl, you better have it. You better. All right. So Philly City Council has passed a bill banning police use of tear gas, rubber bullets, and pepper spray during protests of our First Amendment protected activities, though the legislation was a response to protests over the summer following the killing of George Floyd in Minnesota. Okay, so here's the thing. A lot of people are anticipating some uproar and unrest after whether he win or lose. So we have to be ready. And that's another thing I'm going to tell you. Here's a couple things I want you. I'm going to stray from that for a second because I want you guys to understand me when I say this. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Arm yourself. Now, I have never been one to say, get a gun, get a gun, get a gun, get a gun. I never have, but I am now. And the reason I'm saying that is because they got a gun, honey. They are arming themselves and they're doing what they got to do. And they know how to use it. So don't just get a gun. Make sure you get a license to carry because you want to have your license. If somebody pull you over or say something to you, guess what? Bam, I'm licensed to carry. Get your license, but don't just get a license to carry and then get a gun. No. Go learn how to shoot your firearm. You know why? Because they've been shooting, honey. They've been shooting dogs, cats, cans, people. You know how they do. So make sure you learn how to shoot that firearm. You want to arm yourself and be ready because November 4th, you have no idea. We have no idea what it's going to be like. And then in the meantime, shout out to my pastor overseer, Dwayne Myers. He said, prepare for tomorrow, meaning you don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. So outside of getting an firearm, get you some 50-pound bag of rice, get you a deep freezer, get you some meat, get you some vegetables, get you some things so that if you do not want to leave the house, you can stay home. Because you don't know. You don't know if there's going to be an outbreak from violence or outbreak from corona. You don't know. So you want to make sure you have everything in your household so that you won't have to leave. Okay? All right. So then let's hit a couple more facts. I want to say this to you. Child, Netflix is raising their prices. What? Why? Okay. Anyway, so we're going to be at home watching. Well, they say go to Hulu. They say it's cheaper, but I don't know. Let me see. I have some more cool facts I want to make sure you guys are aware of. Be mindful that here it is. Boom. So much going on. Record high in COVID cases today. We're back up. It's ticking up. It's not going down. We need to, you guys, wear a mask. I don't know why wearing a mask has become so politicized. It should not be. It's what it is really It's your civic duty to not only protect yourself, but to protect your neighbor. Like, it's really not put on the mask, child. So the people, because when you talking to you, I got a gap in my teeth. Sometimes I spit a little. My mouth a little juicy. You hear me? So what I'm saying is, you don't want whatever I got, even if I don't have anything, or if I don't know if I have anything. I've been tested, but I may have been exposed. You don't want what I have on you or in you or whatever. So wear a mask. It's not that hard. I mean, I don't understand what the issue is. Some key Republicans voting for Biden. Yes, a lot of Republicans have come out, and your nose, absolutely, because whatever's in your mouth comes out, and if your nose ain't covered, if somebody got their mouth covered and they breathing in and out of their nose, you know your mouth and your nose are connected. So if you sneeze, that ain't cover your mouth and your nose. Cover this whole situation. Okay. There's a lot of Republicans who are coming out in support of Biden, which is awesome because let me tell you something. We need the support. We need the support. We want you guys to understand what we're dealing with. We need the support. A mask is for seatbelt safety. Okay, should be a no-brainer. The bigs, people ain't that smart. I don't even know why. Some people, there are some people who actually argue with the whole I don't want to wear a seatbelt. Oh, it's just dumb. It's just dumb. If you don't want to protect me, protect yourself. Or if you're not concerned about yourself, protect your children or the people that you come home to and the people that you love. All right. You should wear a mask all the time because you never know when you're going to be exposed. I don't wear a mask when I'm at home. I don't wear a mask when I'm in my car. But if I'm going into the grocery store, if I'm walking into a business, sometimes even when I'm walking outside, most times I have my mask on because you don't know who you are coming behind. Maybe that person have sneezed or coughed, and then whatever they say that the virus stays in the air for a certain amount of time. That fact, I'm not quite sure of the amount of time, but it does stay in the air. So if you miss that person by mere seconds and you come in there sniffing all hard, breathing up the wind, guess what? You got Rona in your nose, all up in your mouth. And then what if you somewhere, like even going to the comedy club or wherever you are, you keep kiki and ha with your mouth open, eye to eye, mouth to mouth, nose to nose, and everything they got, you got now. Facts. All right, record lines of voting in Georgia for the last day of early voting. Today's the last day. Lines were wrapped all over around the building. They had the fairgrounds. It was crazy. Whoo! So 3 to 6 hours, the corona can sit in. Ooh, that's a lot. So you don't know what if the people come through. You get out your car, you walk into the Rona. Rona don't have sneeze don't have a color. It really technically should not have a smell, but if your breath stinks, ooh. But you know what I'm saying. So if someone sneezes or whatever, or cough, that is still in the air for 3 to 6 hours. All right, know your rights on voting day. See attached pictures. Okay, so here's the thing. That was for me. I wasn't supposed to read that out loud. Know your rights on election day. If the poll closes while you're still in line, stay in line. Stay in line. You have the right to vote. If you make a mistake on your ballot, ask for a new one. Do not throw it away. Ask for a new one because they may have to discard it a certain way. If the machines are down at your polling place, ask for a paper ballot. Absolutely. You have the right. You are a citizen. You have the right to vote. Call the Election Protection Hotline if you have questions about your rights or trouble voting. The number, y'all ready? Somebody tag it. Mom, get ready. 866-R-VOTE. 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 Take that number, put it in your phone the day that you go vote. Now, here's the thing I want to remind you guys. If our vote did not matter, they wouldn't be putting so much effort into making it impossible for us to vote. For example, they're not only putting fake ballot boxes up, they're closing polling stations, they're reducing the amount or the number of polling stations. So you guys have to understand that there's a whole reason behind this. A whole reason. Okay, so the number is 866-R-VOTE. 866-R-VOTE. Let me tell you something. My mom is a terrible producer. She over here hollering. 866-R-VOTE. All right, Last thing, but I'm gonna tell you guys, like I hate to end this on a sour note, but Louisville, you gotta drag it. Louisville officer involved in Breonna Taylor's death files lawsuit against her boyfriend. He should be the fools in the news. Sergeant Jonathan Mattingly, who was shot in the leg, found a counterclaim against Kenneth Walker, alleging assault, battery, and emotional distress. Really? You got some emotional distress, sir? What emotional distress are you suffering, Sergeant Mattingly? I'm trying to figure out what that look like. We've been under all kinds of stress from birth, honey. Fighting to get out the womb, fighting because mama don't eat well, fighting to make sure the cars don't kill us, fighting because we don't want to get shot by the police, fighting because we don't have enough money to sustain ourselves. We got emotional stress. You don't have no stress? What kind of stress you got? You wake up every day with your white privilege and your badge on your chest, your gun on your hip, and you're going to file for emotional stress? The nerve of you. Anyway, y'all need to go ahead and vote. Because if you're in Kentucky, wherever you are, whoever you're doing it with, call somebody in Kentucky and tell them people they need to vote. Now, let me tell you, you can't vote him out. But the sheriff is voted in. And see, many people don't understand this. And I know many folks keep saying that the presidential election don't count. It does. It does. Let me explain to you why the presidential election counts. Okay. The presidential election counts because the president, puts the justices on their bench. And that particular assignment is lifelong. Trump has put in, and I forgot the number. I wrote it down. I don't know what the number is, so I don't have my notes. Trump has put something like, I don't know, a bunch of judges on the bench, and they're lifelong assignments. Life. Okay? So what happens is, if he is a conservative president, which he is, it was 158 judges that Trump put on the bench. 158. 158. Now, that number actually, so let me tell you this. 158 judges were put in with by Trump for his first term. Do you know that same number, or is a little bit less, that Obama put in his whole term? This man crammed all these conservative judges. There's not a white one nowhere to be found. He put all these conservative judges on the bench, which means we got to live with this for the rest of our life. Not one of color. Now, why does that matter? The last lady, what's her name? Barrett. That lady is a conservative. That lady does not believe in abortion. What? I'm sorry. There's not a black one at all. See that producer over there hollering? She can't slip a note in here to correct me. This is crazy. Okay. Yes, Trump fired his whole cabinet. Sure did. Because they trying to tell him. All right. Yes, thank you, ma'am. Not one black. I appreciate that. They all white. All right. Well, I'm trying to tell you, the young lady does not believe in abortion. I'm not saying that abortion is right. I'm only saying this. It's your right to make a decision. It's your uterus. It's your body. I would never have to go to our maker and have a conversation about your sins, ever. Whether I believe in it or not, whether it's for me or not, it is what it is. But guess what? It's your decision. You should be making the decisions for your uterus. You should be making the decisions whether or not you want to be a mother. Okay, so let's talk about that. So she don't believe in abortion. She wants to not fund Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood is not just for abortion. Planned Parenthood offers sex education for young adults, people, period. It's for STDs. It's for everything that they've taken out of school. Because remember, you used to get all this information in school, but not no more. Okay. So what are people supposed to learn how to do the sex? What are they supposed to get the information? What are they supposed to get the birth control if you are not going to do the Planned Parenthood? And then, let me tell you something else. I don't know how old she is, But just so y'all know, if you in your 30s or your 40s or maybe in the 50s, I don't know why you would do this, but if you decide in your life that you want to absolutely OBGYN checkups too, they also do that, your yearlies, your annuals. Okay, ladies, if you decide that you want to be a mother and you have trouble becoming a mother and you need some assistance, as in IVF, guess what? She don't believe in that either. So that means if you're 30 and you struggling, or you 40 and you struggling to have a child, and you go to your doctor and say, hey, doc, I need some assistance. Well, she can vote that out. And guess what? Because they have the majority, you can't get no assistance, boo. That means no baby. Come on, children of the corn. Can't have no baby because we don't believe in that. If it don't come naturally, you're not gonna get it. How dare you decide if I become a mother or not? How dare you? So anyway, that is the reason why the presidential election is so important. Now, I do understand when you guys are saying, there's various things you guys keep saying about Biden and he did this and he did that. I'm gonna end on this note. Yes, I did hear him say that he was referring to some Black Americans as super predators. So let's talk about that real quick. Who lives ideally? The majority of the people that live in the hood. Who are they? Black and brown people, right? Right. I'm not saying everybody in the hood is black. I'm not saying everybody in the hood is brown. I'm not saying everybody in the hood is poor. I'm just saying 9 times out of 10, those people that live in those communities look like me and look like you or someone we know that we identify with, right? When there was a time when Biden was calling people super predators, and let's be clear, he's been in office. I mean, he's been in office for well over 47 years, which he did. He apologized for. He said it was wrong. But I don't know if I necessarily blame him for that, because the people who were calling the police on the people who were causing ruckus in the hood probably were doing some super predator-ish stuff. Now, what I mean by that is this. We got to stop calling the police to come help us and get mad when they don't help us, and then they use the stats or the information that they gather when they come to our communities against us. You follow? So just like I said earlier, we need to start handling our business at home before we let our business get out in these streets. Meaning, instead of calling the police, why aren't we self-policing ourselves? Why do we even have these kind of issues? Because the people that was calling the police, guess what? Black Caucus also supported it. The people that called the police was Big Mama, Pop, old girl that was fighting with her dude that was fighting with his homeboy, whatever. Whoever was calling the police looked like me and you. It wasn't the white people down there calling the police on us. It was us calling the police on us. Now, hear me out. Yes, there was a lot of racism. Yes, racism is very real. Yes, it is an issue to this day, then tomorrow, and next day. Absolutely. But we got to do better. If we are policing ourselves, we ain't got to rely on them. So then when they come to our community and then they're arresting Papa, Daddy, Grandpa, Uncle, put them in the system. Now his name is in the system over and over and over again for whatever reason, right? And now statistically, he's become either a third striker, or he's a problem, or he's been labeled as an issue, a super predator. Who? Yeah, it's a problem. We have to start policing ourselves so that we don't have to lean on them to police us. But because we pay our taxes, we feel entitled to call the people to come when we get in our butt kicked or something happening in the community. Who we call? Them. But then we call them and we get mad because 9 times out of 10, if they come down there, they don't come down there with the idea if they want to help. They come down there to solve a problem and go back home. And 9 times out of 10, solving their problem look like putting us in a body bag or sending us to jail. Period. We got to do better. We got to take care of our own. If we have this contract that the Cube has, let's read it. Let's see what's on it. Who did he have this conversation with? What's on this contract? Cube. Who was on who made the decision? All this need to go on? I'm not saying it's not right because I haven't read it. I'm just asking you, who did you sit down with to decide this is what we want? I don't know. And it might just be amazing. I don't know. But the point is, let's put put everything together. It might be just that. It might just be that. It might just be that the contract that he put together is amazing, and we put this in front of who? Our president. But we can't wait for 2 days before the election, and we talking about this is what Black folks want. No. This conversation needs to be had at day one. Day one. So I'm done. I'm off my soapbox, but I want to talk to you about a couple things. I got these things I want to leave you with. First of all, I want you to vote. Take a friend, bring a friend, vote. Vote all the way down. Vote blue no matter who. Vote for your sheriffs. You need to vote for your commissioners. You need to vote for your president. If you can't bring yourself to vote for I was about to say Barack Obama. Don't we wish? If you can't bring yourself to vote for Biden, vote for Kamala Harris. Just vote for her. Which means you can't vote for her without voting for him. Period. Vote for her. Make sure you serve jury duty. If your name ever come up on jury duty, serve. Let me tell you about jury duty real quickly. Most people opt out of having jury trials because they're afraid. Most Black and brown people are afraid to go in front of a jury because there's usually not a pure, authentic representation of themselves. They're not in front of their own peers. Because we find every excuse in the world to come up out of that jury duty. But it's not only your responsibility, it's your civic duty to serve jury trial. Serve jury. Be a juror. Take a book, pack a lunch, do what you got to do. Because then that's the only way that we can verifiably know that we're going to have a fair trial because you're in front of your peers. If you're in front of a room full of kids and Karens, they can't relate to our struggles. They don't know our life. They don't get it. So you need to do jury duty. I'm hoping that everybody did their census. Talk to your friends and your neighbors. Come up with a plan to vote. Well, some of these friends and neighbors, honey, you might not even want. I don't know where y'all live at, but some of these friends and neighbors, you might not like your neighbor once you realize who they vote for. So, last thing I want you to do, because we already talked about arming yourself, I want you to become financially stable, and I want you to become liquid. That means have some money in the house. Whether it's $100, $200, $500, have some cash in the house. The reason for this is if something were to happen with the ATM machines by chance, just like yesterday, for the past 2 days, and still here in Georgia, there are a number of people who don't have power. So when the power is down, that means no ATMs are working. That means no street lights are working. That means there is no means of financial transactions via credit cards. So you need cash. Have some cash. Have some money. Be liquid. Okay? I love y'all. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with me on a Friday night. It's Friday night. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know who you're doing it with. I don't know what you got to do. I don't know where you about to be. But baby, I'm happy that you are here with me. I appreciate you. I love you. Remember to go vote. Tell a friend, bring a friend. Remind people that I'm going to be here tomorrow. Tomorrow at 8. Oh, no, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I'm taking the day off because I'm going to see Dave Chappelle. Okay, so I won't be here tomorrow, but I'll be here on Sunday. So I will skip tomorrow, which is the 3rd day, and I'll be here on Sunday, which is the 2nd day, 2 days before the election day. Now, on Monday, we will not talk until, because I literally probably going to have a heart attack. So I would need to take a break, and I will revisit you guys on Tuesday. Tuesday, we will be back on the live, and we will discuss the election results. Prayerfully, it will be Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Prayerfully. If you guys do your part, take a friend, bring a friend. And also, if you have friends who are felons and feel like they cannot vote, that may not necessarily be true. Check with the laws in their state. All right, so let me remind you. And what? What I'm doing? Oh, Wednesday. Oh, yeah. I don't never know dates. I can't. I don't. If anybody know that about me, I never know what day it is. I never know the date. So I'm gonna be here on what day? The day after the election. Sorry. I'll be here the day after the election so that we can talk about the results, and we can talk about, and preferably, like I said, it'll be Biden and Harris, period. But I am not going to be here tomorrow because I'm going to see Dave Chappelle at the Atlanta Comedy Theater. No, I'm not performing. I'm just going to be a view. I'm going to just be an audience member. Can y'all believe it? I don't never go in the comedy club and just rest. All right, I love you. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know who you're doing it with, but remember this. I want to remind you that God loves you. And no matter what you're doing, how bad you did it, how bad you did them, God will forgive you. Do not give up on yourself and do not give up on him because he has not given up on you. Pray, ask for forgiveness, give your life to Christ, and know that he loves you. And absolutely wear a mask. You guys, I got to go. I'm your girl, Kiana Dancie, the Kiana Dancie. I will be here again on Sunday, same time. It'll be late, 8 p.m. I will be here. I love you. I appreciate your support. I'll see you very soon. Make sure you like, follow, and share. Any information that I may have given you misinformation, I apologize. Please, again, I'm on a wing. I'm flying. I'm doing this on the fly. My producer is in one side of the house, and my other producer is on the road. So you know. Please pray and vote. I love you guys.